How do you handle that then in terms of evening things out when things go bad or when things go good?
The only thing I'm concerned about is how our team's playing on this particular day, or everything is about our team, not so much how we played against LA the last time or what they're doing or anything. It's about trying to keep a steady handle on how we're playing. And we're not a team that we don't want to try to make it too difficult as far as how you play in this league, because it really isn't rocket science. It's about at least the way I feel about it, it's about how you're executing as a team. So that's what we're always thinking about when we play.
Evening things out though in terms of consistency, what gets your focus there?
I don't understand what you're
Of maybe smoothing things out so it's not, oh man, that was a bad game, that was a really good game.
Well, that's the constant battle all the time through the year, but it's not about how we're playing against another team, it's about how we're playing. So I think I'm answering that in where we are constantly working on our team concept and how we play. And I think if we continue to work at that and we're consistent within our concept, that evens things out as far as how we're going. But a lot of things happen in games, and those momentums from game to game, that's a big part of our coaching, is how we do that. So it's a hard question to answer because I'm not sure what's going right, what's going to go right, what's going to go wrong after this game. But we're always focused on us, not the other team.
So 20 games in, Coach, to your tenure, you're a couple of games to the good from where you took over. Would you say this situation is stable?
No, we have, I think we're heading in the right direction, but we have a number of things we need to improve at. And it's easy we play a really good game against Philly, and really in all facets of our game. But to say that we've got it straightened out, that has to happen 6, 7, 8 times as you're going through. Then you feel like it's an instinct. It's not just a focus on that night. And so I'm not trying to be negative, but no, we have a lot of things that we still have to improve at if we want to continue to compete at the level we need to compete at.
But do you know them well enough now, and they know you well enough that this thing, or I guess we're not past stage one in your mind, or?
Yeah, well, I think. Oh, sure, yeah. I understand the players better. I think they understand how we do it as a coaching staff, certainly. But it's a day-to-day thing in teaching, and we're doing a lot of teaching. So that's what I'm telling you. I think we understand one another. I think they know how we're teaching. At times they do, at times they don't, and all teams go through it. But I'll answer it this way, very succinctly. We have a ton of teaching to do still.
Your team does seem to respond when you have teams that come in, like in LA, like in Nashville, like in St. Louis, or whatever. Is that part of the teaching? We need to play at that level all the time rather than just when.
Well, let's go to the other side of it. We showed no respect to Florida the other night. We simply were not ready to play. And for a team that, again, is looking up at 29 other teams above them, and some of them long gone, there's no reason for this team to disrespect anybody in this league as far as readiness. And we talked about that after the Florida game. That was disappointing and disturbing to me that our mindset was there. And it goes to that question, that we have a ton of things to learn. Respect your opponent. Don't fear your opponent, but respect them. Because it's a league of parity. Every night it's parity right through the league. And we have no business to be looking by or not being dead on as far as our readiness. And that's a mental readiness.
Is it harder to teach a young team how to respond to losses or how to respond to wins? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't think it's more difficult. It's a different situation because I don't think they've, at least for these players, they're the best league they've played in to handle those situations. I think it's different. But I think with older guys, it depends on the older guys, on what they've gone through in their career and how they've been taught and how they've handled situations. I group them in there too, because I think we have some guys that are not young guys in this team that still have a lot to learn and understand, at least in my view, in understanding how you handle yourself after a loss, how you handle yourself after a bad period, how you get that momentum back on your side. So I wouldn't break it down to young and old. I think it's collectively as a team how you handle those things. And it goes right back to that question. We have a lot to learn there still as we go through these experiences.
Yeah, 5 goals, not a ton of points from you. Just what this group is, or is there, you get?
Yeah, we're always stressing. It's a big part of offense in the league. In a league that's starving for offense, that you need to get that second rush, the defenseman involved. We're certainly giving them the green light. But as we've gone through here, especially early on when I took over, let's face it, the pucks were going in our net left and right. We have really concentrated on that part of it. I do think we have steadied ourselves there, starting with Bob. But we need more. We need more from our D. And I wouldn't say it. I mean, it's not a it's not a offensive-minded defense. But I think teams, no matter which, a part of that is a mindset of just trying to join. Even join to show a 4-man rush. Maybe you don't feel comfortable staying in it, but if you show a 4-man rush, the D backs off, and you end up creating offense that way. So, yeah, we continue to pound that as far as trying to create more offense with our D involved.
John, what do you consider the strengths of your team? You've been here now for 5-6 weeks. And from what you're seeing over that time period, what stands out as the strong points of your team?
Well, I don't think, I can't say, I don't have a standout as far as a point with our team. I think we're finding our way. I think Bob, our goaltending, when he's on and he plays the way he has, as he's gone through his career and he's grown, he's a huge factor. I mean, Quickie with you guys, it's a huge factor winning hockey games, and really both your goalies. I think that is a strength of ours. The other ones, they kind of mesh together. What I'd like to see happen is that our team concept becomes our strength. Our consistency playing under a team concept becomes our strength. And the one part of that team concept that I think we're getting better at is the hardness of how hard you have to play. And when I say hardness, not just body checking, but can you get it to another level at a certain part of the game? There's going to be momentum swings tonight against LA. Are we able to push back and get that momentum back on our side when we're losing it? Are we able to keep it and get them when we have them in a good spot and keep on and going after them? I think that's a huge part of winning in the league is understanding those momentum swings and keeping it on your side as long as you can and trying to get it back when you don't have it. I know it's kind of a long-winded, I don't have a strength, but those are the strengths that I'd like to see us get to.
You coached on both coasts. Is it easier to fly and play the next day going west?
I got blown out of there pretty quickly out in that West Coast. It was only 1 year. They ran me out of town out of there after 1 year. It is one of the but in that 1 year, it's different as far as the travel. Yeah, it's at least, and these guys can speak on LA, but there were some things, a lot of different things you have to worry about for your athletes when you're going through that type of travel. Yeah, I'll answer it that way.
Why do you think West East is?
Well, I'm not even sure if it's West East or East West. I know in the schedule we had in Van when I was there were some challenges as far as just trying to keep your players healthy, and it's when to practice. Like we're going to go through it. We're going to Winnipeg this week, and we did a lot of thinking. We're not coming home after the Winnipeg game. It just blows you out when you're just spending that many hours after a game trying to come back here, and that's really not West Coast. We'll practice when we get back in here the next day at 4:30 it might be. Those are the things you got to think about in not just west to east, but east to west. And what do you think is the best for your athletes? Because you're not only worried about for that particular game coming up, but also the longevity of the schedule too and what you're going through. So it's always a big picture thing for your athletes, what you think is best for them.
What's the big advantage for you?
This year, when did you guys come in? You played
Yesterday, all the way across.
yeah.
Played the day before.
Good, it looks good on you. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's an advantage. You like to hope. Listen, Florida comes in here and we stink. We have no energy, and we're sitting here waiting for them. Who knows? And you can beat that stuff off all you want. It depends. It depends on the psyche and the mindset of your team and your leadership of your team. Are you ready to go? You can get through some of that stuff and just say, we're not going to let this beat us. Let's just get ready to play. So I don't buy all of that stuff. I think you can get by it. I think it's a state of mind being tired. And I think you can get through that if you have the right people to try to drag people into it and get through that 2.5-hour game.
Are you like Joey on the wing, you were there, and as part of your team, well, with some of your younger centers?
No, it has nothing to do with the younger centers. It has to do with, I think Joey skates more when he's on the wing. When I first put him and Doobie together, Joey was in the middle, Doobie was on the left wing. I think Doobie is more responsible down low as far as some of the assignments you have as a center defensively. It frees Joey up a little bit there, although when Joey takes face-offs on that one circle, he's down low. He'll get some work there. But what I saw when we moved Joey there, I saw his legs moving. And that's something that we're trying to get Joey to do more of, is to skate. It's just he ends up when he gets the puck, he's just not skating enough, with and without the puck. And I think that'll help his game, and he'll be a more consistent player if his legs are moving. I just see it more on the wing. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep him there and see where we go.
Are you hopeful you can get there where you want to be with your team concept?
That's what you live for as a coach, is to get to that, into where you feel comfortable that they're good habits. It's an instinct, and it's not them chasing the game. It's just part of them. This is a unique situation where I come in and we're 0-7, and you know, we changed a little bit of the concept, but again, it's not that hard of a game. The teams just don't play that much differently than one another. But it's a different style of coach. It's a different style of practicing, but you have to still try to find a way to win games. So we're going on the right road, I believe, but it's still not consistent enough for me from game to game and within the game itself. And so as a coach, you're always striving for that.